I just wanted to bring you a quick update on the city of Boulder and detached housing for April. This is actually a really unique market because very few markets, especially on the Front Range, are operating at an average sales price of 1.8 million. Who would have believed that when we were sitting around 1.2 back in 2018? Part of that is definitely a composition of sales thing, more than just the average home went up 600,000 in value, right? So what we're seeing is a really, really active luxury market in the city of Boulder, and there's just not a lot of affordable inventory left. Now, keep in mind, this right here, when the actives are below the active pendings and under contracts, this is a very, very competitive real estate market where kind of sellers hold most of the cards. If you're looking to sell a house in the city of Boulder right now, this is an incredible time to do so, and you're definitely going to get top dollar. But keep in mind that there are a lot of barriers to entry in the city of Boulder, like an average sales price of 1.8 million or 1.4 million, right? So when you see things like this taking place, we definitely see some numbers that we shouldn't be seeing when you look at percentage changes. So look at this year over year number, 70% is not realistic. Year over year, we had a huge void in April of last year when we were at stay at home, where jumbos were falling apart, jumbo loans, and lots of other things were happening. So 150% under contracts is not a realistic thing. Discount these year over year numbers for the next couple of months because we're still dealing with some of those shutdown type situations that we experienced last year when we compare them. So they're not apples to apples. Now, if you want to look back a couple of years, you can really see the height of the market usually comes in somewhere around that May, June timeframe, and we're definitely on the right path to get there. You can see here, average sales prices in the city of Boulder have had a steady increase over the last few years, and they have been for decades, right? So it's a great market to purchase in, and you're going to get some steady appreciation. But look at those price points; they are very, very high. So that's really the only hurdle, right? Is being able to get in and qualify and afford those payments. But if you want appreciation for the long term, it does an excellent job. Year over year, we're showing 750,000. That number will come down next month, right? There's just been a lot of luxury sales and a lot going on in the luxury market. Now, if you look here, this is a much more normalized seasonal market. And blue is this year, green was last year. You can see how the stay-at-home orders really, really affected the real estate market. And it took us a few months to really dig out of that hole. Well, now you can see that people are really active. There's a big appetite for selling homes. There's a big appetite for buying homes. And we're off to the races. 131 home sales in April, which was an excellent number. We haven't seen numbers like that in April in a while. So this is a really good sign. And I would expect to see that continue to go upwards all the way into the June market, which is great. We're 30% over where we were a year ago, and most of that due to this giant void that you were seeing because of the shutdown. So hopefully that number can keep up because I think we're going to have a hard time keeping pace because of our inventory shortage in Boulder with the last half of the year from last year. Now, if you look at the month supply of inventory here, this tells us really how much inventory is on the market. So if you look at the rest of the county, they're sitting at half or less of what the inventory is in Boulder. But keep in mind that the price point is really keeping the inventory levels a little higher. So if you're selling a home in the city of Boulder, it probably will take a little bit longer than if you were selling it, out in Lafayette. But keep in mind that your prices are much higher, so you have less pool of buyers to be able to afford that, and there's a lot of other options for them available. So this is still an excellent time to sell homes in the city of Boulder. Actually, probably one of the best that I've ever seen in my career. Now, if you look at days on market, this shows you just how much appetite buyers have for purchasing homes in the area. So if you look at this, we're at 64 days on market right now, which means some of these homes are going to have longer under contract times because they're larger, more expensive houses. But what you can also tell from this is that homes are not staying on the market very long, right? People are shopping all the time, looking for the right place. When they find it, they're making these really good aggressive offers. So people in Boulder, keep in mind that if you wanted to buy or sell, it's still a very good time to do that because we're in such an inventory shortage. There's no way that we're in some sort of real estate bubble. If you have any questions, you want to talk a little bit more about the market, I'm Anthony at Land Title, and I hope to catch you soon.